So, well, in this video, we will discuss about the magnetic field due to current element. So, we have to understand each part of this heading, magnetic field due to current element, and this is studied by Byert and Sabrets. So, these were the two scientists. Those have studied the magnetic field due to current element. Okay. So initially we will study about the magnetic field. So what is the source of magnetic field? We are starting with the source of magnetic field, the first step. Okay, source of magnetic field. So as the questions to the source of magnetic field is concerned, source of magnetic field. So magnetic field is produced by मैं यूँ लिखूँगा कि magnetic field number one, the source of magnetic field. The magnetic field is produced by current, produced by a current carrying conductor, carrying conductor. या हम ये कह सकते हैं और करके ब्रैकेट में हम ये कह देंगे इट्स ड्यू टू द मूविंग चार्जेस. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैसे पैदा होता है? जहाँ करंट कैरिंग कोई कंडक्टर है, वायर है, तो उसके किनारे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड होता है. दूसरा एक और तरीका है कि मैग्नेटिक फील्ड कैसे पैदा होता है. द सेकेंड वे इज मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का जो अनदर सोर्स है, इट इज ऑल ड्यू टू इंट्रिंसिक मैग्नेटिक मूवमेंट्स ऑफ पार्टिकल. इट इज ऑल्सो प्रोड्यूस्ड ड्यू टू intrinsic magnetic movements, magnetic movements, okay, of particles. So here we will only concentrate on the magnetic field. In this part of the chapter we will discuss only the first part, magnetic field due to a current carrying conductor, right? So we'll discuss this part little later. Okay, so this study has been done by the Byert and Sabrets, and they have given us some law. This is called Byert-Sabrets law. So here in this case I will mark it as a figure. Figure is taken from NCERT. NCERT. So it's a beautiful figure. I will mark it as a figure number 1. Okay. सो इस फिगर 1 में आप ये देख रहे हैं कि आपके पास एक वायर है. ये वो वायर है जिसमें करंट है. इट इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम एक्स टू बाई. So it is not seems to be straight wire. It's a curvical wire, and it is carrying the current I from X to Y, right? So we are selecting here one point that it is some point here at this point. So this is very small point, right? It's having certain length. That is, this length is small length, infinitesimally small length is dl. Okay, and the current is passing through that length. So this is considered as a current element. Okay, element is a small part of the length, and as the current is going through that length, this is called current element. Okay, so current element is the part of the current through the wire, small part of the wire carrying current. This is called current element. Okay, so now as Oersted experiment, as in an Oersted experiment, he has suggested to you that if you're having a current carrying wire, then there is magnetic field around that wire. So if you are having a wire, small wire, and there is a current around that wire, so you can determine that value of sorry, if you are having current carrying wire, then there is a magnetic field around that wire. So this magnetic field could be determined at any point around that wire. So here we select some point P, and we were talking about the magnetic field at this point P. Okay, so this is the displacement vector from starting from this current element to point P, and it is represented by R vector. Okay, so see here you have discussed one formula that if you're having a conductor, you are having a uh, conductor like this, okay, and this conductor is carrying current, right? This is a current carrying conductor, and about this conductor, you have studied that the force due to magnetic field on this current carrying conductor is equal to I, this is a scalar quantity, and this is L cross B. So try to recall this sentence from the past discussions we have made. This is the length of the conductor AB, okay? So here this I is a scalar quantity, but this length is a vector quantity, and this length will be considered in the direction of the current. That is very, very important. So here in this case, that current is flowing from X to Y, and then the direction of this current element is from X to Y along the direction of current. So you have to be very, very careful about this sentence I'm using here. So, but Bayet and Sabret has observed. So, our objective of this discussion is to study the magnetic field produced by a current carrying conductor, unless as there are two ways to produce the field. So, but we are not discussing about this way by which the magnetic field could be produced. Okay. So, but Bayet and Magnet has observed, Bayet and Sabret has observed, number one, I'm writing their observations. They have observed if you are having a current carrying wire like X by, it's a long wire, then there is a current through that wire, okay, and if there is a current through that wire, then according to Oersted there is a magnetic field around that wire. So as you are selecting a small part of the wire, and this is called current element, so magnetic field produced by that current element is directly proportional to the length of that wire. So we have selected very small length, number one. Number two, this small amount of magnetic field produced around that wire is directly proportional to current flowing through that wire. Number third observation, but they have observed small amount of magnetic field produced by this current element around that wire is directly proportional to sine theta. I will explain it. Okay. And fourth part, but they have observed is this small amount is sine theta. ऐसे लिख देते हैं हम. Theta is uh, theta theta is between dl, okay, vector and displacement vector. ये कौन कौन सा है? दिस इज आर वेक्टर. सो जो ये डायग्राम में इसमें जो बोल्ड फेस लेटर में होगा ये सारे वेक्टर होते हैं, और ये डी एल, और इसके बीच में जो ये एंगल है, दिस एंगल, इट इज़ टेकन फ्रॉम डी एल टू आर. इस एंगल की बात की है कि इट इज़ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू साइन थीटा. एंड अनदर point is they have observed dV is inversely proportional to the square of the distance of the displacement vector from point, I can mark it as some point A to P, okay. So if I will combine equation by combining all these equations, mm, by combining 1 to 4, okay, these proportionals. So मैं इसको ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ कि जो थोड़ा सा मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इस करंट एलिमेंट से आप ऑब्जर्व करेंगे वो होगा, इट इज़ डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू आई डी एल साइन थीटा डिवाइडेड बाई आर स्क्वायर. बट टिल दिस टाइम ये जो प्रोपोर्शनल है, दोनों साइडें लेफ्ट हैंड साइड राइट हैंड साइड प्रोपोर्शनल पर बराबर नहीं है, तो हमें मैथमेटिक्स करने में प्रॉब्लम आएगा. तो इसको मैथमेटिक्स करने लायक बनाने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, we will add some quantity to the right hand side of the equation so that left hand side and right hand side will become equal. So this quantity is equal to, I will mark it as dB is equal to some k time I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay, so this quantity is k is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi. And what is mu naught? This is called permeability. This is called permeability. This is called permeability of free space or vacuum. Free space. इसको आपको समझना है. You have to understand what does permeability stands for. So permeability is it indicates the degree or extent to which magnetic lines. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? It represent, इसको समझिए आप. It represents, permeability क्या बताती है आपको? It represent the degree or extent, okay, to which magnetic lines of force, okay, enter a substance, can enter a substance, can enter a substance. This shows that to what extent magnetic lines of forces can enter a substance. Okay, so now I will write this equation as dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi, and this is I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay, and this mu naught upon 4 pi, this is a constant, and its value is equal to 10 to the power minus 7. So this is Tesla meter ampere minus 1. Okay, mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to, ये ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ मैं इसको, mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to the minus 7 Tesla meter ampere inverse. Okay, so this is all about the magnitude of the magnetic field that is created by this wire. ये तार जो है इसके बीच में यदि करंट बहे तो P पॉइंट तक कितना मैग्नेटिक फील्ड आप ऑब्जर्व करेंगे, राइट. सो बट इसमें एक नई चीज़ है. दिस इज़ वन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग about the direction of this small amount of magnetic field. So I will try to extend this representation as it is represented in equation number 5 in another form. So, and I see here how I can write it like this. It's kind of operation. I mean, I will now represent it in a new form. So it could be written like this. Okay, but we have done so far. We have done that. Okay. Wait for some time. Now see, to start with, what we have achieved so far, dB, it's a Biot-Savart's law, mu naught upon 4 pi. Mu naught upon 4 pi indicate to what extent magnetic lines of forces can enter in a substance. Okay, and then this is I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay, so this was some equation number. So I'll preface to mark these equations as equation number A, because unless you have to see backward every time. So now I'm shifting and extending this discussion, this formula, to the vector forms of Biot-Savart's law. So this is what the new form of this representation, as it is marked in equation number A. I'll operate it in a different way. I can write it like this. So see, okay, it is dB. If I will write it like this, mu naught upon 4 pi, I can write it like this, I dl into 1 into sine theta. Okay, can I write like this? Yes, I can write like this. Okay, so this is the magnitude of I dl. and this is the magnitude, I mean 1 itself, it's a unit vector का magnitude 1 होता है, and this is the angle between these two. So I can operate it in a different way also. Now see here, uh, dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I dl, okay, and this is r unit vector, and क्रॉस कर देते हैं इसको, और यहाँ वेक्टर आ जाएगा इसे, दिस विल बी इक्विवेलेंट टू दिस अबव इक्वेशन divided by r square. So this part could be written in this way as a vector cross b vector is equal to magnitude of a, magnitude of b, sine theta, and then n cap. Okay, so I can write this part in this mode also, but we also know that r unit vector is equal to r vector divided by magnitude of r. Okay, so this can be written like this, r vector upon r. You can substitute it over here also, so it will take the form dB. Now it is a vector, here it is a vector, so this is mu naught upon 4 pi, and this is now I dl vector cross r vector divided by r cube. Okay, so if you have to represent this law, Biot-Savart's law, in the vector form, then you have to write it like this. So this is very interesting. So here dl has the same direction as the direction of current. You have to take care of this while solving the numerical problems. So dl has the same direction as the direction of current, right? So this is equation number B over here. If you have to discuss about the magnitude or the strength of magnetic field, then what you have to do, you have to find the magnitude of magnetic field, a small magnetic field. This is mu naught upon 4 pi, and I that could be taken outside, and this is only you have to calculate dl cross r vector divided by r cube. Okay, so this is what you have to study about the Biot-Savart. It's a very interesting law, and it's a beautiful applications also. This is equation number C. So next is the direction of magnetic field. So our next part is to discuss about direction of magnetic field. Well, direction of magnetic field. Okay, so you were having see this was your diagram, this bar was x2 by, and this was the point you have chosen over here, and then now this is the direction of this element dl. Okay, and it has magnetic field around it, so you are just selecting some point over here. This is some point P, and this is the displacement vector r vector, which is the distance from A to P, right? So now what does this mean? You have written dl cross r, dl vector cross r vector. So this part will decide the direction of magnetic field, right? Because your formula is dB vector. The direction of magnetic field will be represented by mu naught upon 4 pi and I dl vector cross r vector divided by r cube. So this part will decide the the direction of dB. So in which direction dB will be decided by the cross product of these two vectors. So I will preface to recall you 10+1 class, that if you're having two vectors, you're taking the cross product of these two vectors, like this is a vector, okay, and this is b vector, right? Now you're taking a cross b, a vector and then cross b vector. What will happen then? A vector cross b vector. So you are measuring the angle in anti-clockwise direction, right? Then this is equal to a magnitude of a and magnitude of b, and this is sin theta. इसका हमें कोई अभी तक लेना देना नहीं है. This part is very important for us. In which direction this answer will be? Okay, so this will be in the direction perpendicular to the plane formed by, ये देखिए मैं एक बार इसको फिर से बनाता हूँ आपके लिए. आपको ऐसा, ये कुछ डायग्राम ऐसा है, ऐसा है ये डायग्राम. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. ये है. सो दिस इज ए वेक्टर is along this direction and this is b vector along this direction. So if you are determining the angle in this way, anti-clockwise direction, then here is the answer of the question, right? Here is the resultant. यहाँ a cross b, n cap का जो direction है वो ये है. This n cap, the direction of n cap is the direction of a cross b. So this is the meaning of this. Okay, if you are having two vector a and b, so they are making this plane. ये प्लेन जगह बन रही है ना, दिस इज मेकिंग दिस प्लेन. ये देखिए, दिस इज मेकिंग द प्लेन. एंड द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन, इम्पैक्ट ऑफ ए क्रॉस बी इज परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस प्लेन और दिस एंगल विल बी 90 डिग्री. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टूड, राइट? So and there is another case, you have to be, you have to recall your 10 plus 1 once again, right? Okay, so now here once again, this is a vector and this is b vector, right? Now if you are taking b cross a, so this represent b vector cross a vector. So now you are taking it as in a clockwise sense, then this will be b cross a. Okay, now see here, b cross a is opposite to that of a cross b. So this is very very important for you to understand. If you're taking dl cross r, so here it is dl, this is what dl is, this is dl and this is r. So you can imagine it yourself, this is what dl, this is dl cross r vector. So now if it is in clockwise direction, then direction of magnetic field will be away from you. It is in vertically downward direction or away from you. So this will be the direction of dB. So that is very very important for us to discuss or to understand, right? So when it is pointed away, it is represented by cross, and if it is in upward direction, then it is represented by dot. If magnetic field will be like this, it will be represented by dot, and if it will be in downward direction, magnetic field will be represented by cross, right? So this is what the small amount of magnetic field will be produced by this small current element, where the length is very infinitely very very small. And if you have to find the complete magnetic field, then what you have to do, you all knows because you are 10 plus 2 student, this magnetic field will the इंटीग्रल. अब छोटे छोटे जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है उनको आप जोड़ देते हैं. यू इंटीग्रेट दिस स्मॉल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, so constants will be taken outside and then rest part will be integrated between the two limits. This is, I can write I dl vector cross r vector upon r cube. Okay, so this is all about the Biot-Savart's law. So now very interesting thing I'm going to discuss with you over here. See, if your current element is like this, this is very good. This is very good for us to understand. If you are a very thin wire, you are having a very thin wire, okay, you can understand it well, and it is carrying current. It carries current I it carries some current I, and I select this very small current element over this wire. This is some DL over here, okay, and this wire carrying current I, and you are here to observe the magnetic field along this wire at point P, right? So what will be the magnetic field? So now see, this is the displacement vector. I will mark this point as some point A to P. So this displacement vector from A to P is along the length of the thin wire, a thin conductor carrying current. What will happen over there? So now see here in this picture, I will mark it as equation number C some D. Now see here in this equation, you have to find dl cross r. So dl cross r, when you solve dl cross r, it will be dl r I dl r sine theta. So now theta in this case will be equal to, if I'm talking about the only the magnitude, dB is equal to mu upon 4 pi, right? So it is I dl sine theta upon r square. Okay, so now see, this theta is the angle between dl and displacement vector. Okay, this theta is the angle between dl and displacement vector. So dl and angle between dl and displacement vector in this case is now 0 degree. Here theta is equal to 0 degree. So put theta is equal to 0 degree here, 0 degree. What will happen? Magnetic field is equal to 0. So but we can say the magnetic field along the length of the conductor carrying current is always equal to 0. This is very interesting for you, and I think that you might have understood it well. आपको ये समझ बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आ गया होगा. So next is what I am going to discuss with you is comparison between the electric and magnetic field. So it is very interesting, and I will take the help of this NCERT book over here, and I hope that you will understand it so nicely. Nothing to do. See, comparison between. So this is what the comparison between. We are starting this discussion from here. Comparison between. Open your NCERT book and start understanding this comparison between. Is very good question, between electric and magnetic field. So very good comparison, interesting comparison has been discussed by NCERT over here. Biot-Savart's law for the magnetic field has certain similarities as well as differences with Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law for the electrostatic field. Okay, so we have enough space for the discussion also. See, but you have already studied. वहाँ से हम शुरू करते हैं. Number one, both are long range. So one thing you have to see here, if we have some source charge dq, so source charge has ability to produce electric field around that, around the charge. So you will take some observation point here P, and the position vector is r vector. Then direction of electric field is along the direction of this position vector, and the electric field determined by test charge at this point is equal to, इसको मैं कैसे लिख दूंगा, DE small electric field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, and this is the source charge and this is the square of the distance, right? And here in this case, this was the wire X by, and this was the small current element I dl, and okay, and you were observing some point P over here, and here you were discussing the magnetic field, and this is the displacement vector, and this is the angle between this dl and r, that is theta. So see carefully, small magnetic field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is replaced by, see the beauty of this, mu naught upon 4 pi. What is this? This is the source of electric field. Okay, so you have to write it here, source of magnetic field. IDL is the source of magnetic field, current element, because Oersted had said that if there is a current element, there is magnetic field around that. See how much similar both these equations are. So here it's only the constant that make the difference in this case. Now understand it well. Both are long range, means from here R is tends to R can vary from 0 to infinity, and here R is varies from 0 to infinity. So both are long range. Since both depend the inversely proportional to the square of the distance, see carefully about this part, this line is all about. It is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the source to the point of interest. ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का सोर्स है और ये आपका पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट है, एंड दिस इज द सोर्स ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. ओके, द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ सुपरपोजिशन अब आप यहाँ आपने पढ़ा है. नेक्स्ट हम चलते हैं. According to principle of superposition, if you have number of source charges, then electric field at any point will be the electric field generated by the different source charges at that point, En. So same will happen with this magnetic field. If you have large number of current elements, right, then total magnetic field at any point is equal to the sum of the magnetic field because of all current elements at that point. So I mean, principle of superposition is just followed by both electrical as well as magnetic field. So then see, and magnetic field in connection with this, note that the magnetic field is linear in the source IDL, so it is along a line. Okay, ideal, and just the electrostatic field is linear in its source. So magnetic field is there is small difference. Magnetic field is linear in the source ideal. Magnetic field is linear in the source ideal, just as electrostatic field is linear in its source. Electric field is linear in its source. You have to understand this well. So that is the electric charge. So now I am moving for the second part of the book. It's beautifully explained over here. Now, electrostatic field is produced by the scalar source. See once again, charge is a scalar quantity. Electrostatic field is created by the scalar source. This source is scalar. This is a scalar source. This is a scalar source. Okay, but this is a vector source. This is IDL. It's a vector quantity. It's a vector source. This is the difference between the two. Okay, so magnetic field is produced by the vector source IDL, because I is a scalar part while DL is the DL has its direction. So this is a vector source. Okay, so now this is what he has written over there, DL cross R. I have explained the meaning of this counterclockwise और clockwise direction में यदि हम cross product निकालते हैं तो उसका meaning क्या होता है. So I would like to revise it again and again. So now see here, I hope that all my kids are enjoying this topic beautifully well. So third part is this: electrostatic field is along the displacement vector. See here, this is the source of electric field. Okay, this is source charge. So it is producing electric field around it. So you just take some point over here. This is a point P, and here is your test charge. Okay, so what is the direction of electric field? Direction of electric field is along the direction of position vector. Okay, direction of the displacement vector, or we can say position vector, but and the field point. So electrostatic field is along the displacement vector joining the source. This is source, and this is the displacement vector. This is the displacement vector. Okay, and this is the field point which is determining this electric field at this point. Okay, so now see, you can understand this line in beautifully well. Electrostatic field is along the displacement vector that is connecting the source and the field point, right? But the magnetic field, the second part of this is the first part, it is clear to you. The second part is magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane containing the displacement vector and the current element. Now take this like this, x by, this is current element, that is ideal, and if the direction of current is along this direction, then this will be the direction of the displacement current element, and then you are observing, this is the field point P, this is field point where field is to be measured. So this is the source, vector source. Okay, this is the displacement vector. Now what is the direction of magnetic field over here? It is not along the displacement vector. Direction of magnetic field here is not along this direction, but direction of magnetic field is in the downward direction, because you are going to determine dl cross r, and this multiplication is in the clockwise direction, and if you are multiplying in a clockwise direction like this, so answer will be in the downward direction. So this will be the direction of magnetic field. So here is the direction of dl, and here is the direction of the displacement vector. You are multiplying in this way dl cross r in the clockwise sense, so the magnetic field will be in the downward direction. So this is the difference. In electric field, the field is in the direction of the displacement vector, but in magnetic field it is not in the direction of the displacement vector. So sometime it is in upward direction, sometime it is in the downward direction. Okay, so now we are shifting toward point number 4. So it's very interesting informations are given here for you. There is angle dependence in Biot-Savart's law. This is a very important point. There is angle dependence in Biot-Savart's law, alright, and which is not present in the electrostatic case. Now see here, magnetic field is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi, इसकी वजह से जो होगा I dl sin theta upon r square. So this is the point about which this line represent. This is angle dependence, but because of this source charge, electric field because of this source charge at this point P, field point, it is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. This is dq, source charge, divided by square of the distance. So there is no angle dependence. यहाँ हम लिख देंगे कोई एंगल की बात नहीं है, no angle dependence, no angle dependence, right? But here this part represent the angle dependence, right? This shows the angle dependence, and the magnetic field at any point in the direction of dl is 0. So along the line theta is equal to 0 and sin theta is equal to 0. So that is what I have explained it already to you during the expression, but still I have time to explain it to you once again. If you have any thin conductor that is carrying current, okay, for example, this is carrying current along this direction, along the length of this conductor, and this is the small current element you are choosing over here. This is dl, okay. So the current element is now IDL. So your field point is now at point P. So this distance from here is displacement vector r vector. Now this dl and r both are in the same direction. dl is along this direction, displacement vector is along this direction. So angle in this case between the two, theta is equal to 0 degree. So whether it is 0 degree, whether it is 180 degree, so sine 0 degree and 180 degree both are equal to 0. Hence dB at this point, dB at this point is equal to 0. Along the length of the conductor, magnetic field at this point is equal to 0. So this is all about this. And now I am extending this discussions with you. So it is very interesting to find the, but we have seen that in case of DE, but you have observed this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 and dq upon r square, right? And in case of dB, this is mu naught upon 4 pi, and this is the, ये देखिए, this is the source for electric field by r square. This is the source of magnetic field by r square. Okay, and then is some sine theta over here. It's having no dimensions at all. So what is the relation between these two constants? A relation between, very interesting part for you to enjoy, a relation between, see, very interesting, a relation between epsilon 0, that is permittivity, and mu 0, that is permeability, right? But what we'll do, see, you multiply epsilon 0 and mu 0 is equal to, take it further, 4 पाई से आप मल्टीप्लाई कर दीजिए, 4 पाई से आप डिवाइड कर दीजिए. So 4 pi epsilon 0 mu 0 divided by 4 pi, right? Very interesting. So this part represents this, and now this part represent the constant attached in the magnetic field. Okay, so this part has its value. You know that you have solved so many numerical problems that 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is equal to 9 cross 10 to the power 9 and its units. So I can write it here. This is 1 upon 9 cross 10 to the power 9, and you know it is what we have done recently. Mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to 10 to the power minus 7. इसका मैग्नीट्यूड इतना है, तो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं क्रॉस 10 to the power minus 7. So if you solve it, you will find it that it could be written as 3 cross 10 to the power 8 squared, right? What does this mean? 3 cross 10 to the power 8 means C. So this is equal to mu naught epsilon 0 mu 0 is equal to 1 by C square. So C is equal to 1 upon under root mu 0 epsilon 0. This is the way to find the speed of light. So how nice is this? This is the way how be able to determine the speed of light, the value of speed of light. Is very interesting. Okay, so well, now we will move for another problem. So there is a problem for us to discuss about, example number 4.5. So this is example number 4.5 is quite interesting for you to enjoy the application of this formula. I hope that you will understand in a very nice way. I will preface to solve it with you over here. You have an element delta L, current element. It's a delta L. Is a small part is given over here to you, delta L, delta x of I cap along this direction. This means if the direction of direction is taking along x axis, so it is naturally आपको वैसे सीधा समझ जाना है कि current is also along this direction, because direction of the current element is the direction of current is placed at the origin and carries a large current of I is equal to 10 ampere. So it is carries a current of 10 ampere. Okay, and what is the magnetic field on the y-axis? This is the field point. This is the field point. Here is a point you have to determine the magnetic field. You are having the current carrying wire along x-axis. अब कोई तार इधर पड़ी है, आपसे पूछा गया कि कॉरेस्टेंट ने कहा था कि if you are having any current carrying wire, there will be magnetic field around that wire. So you select some point P and you are asked to find the magnetic field at point P. Okay, so what is the magnetic field on the y-axis? Here you are asked to find this small magnetic field because of this current element, right? And the distance, it's the displacement vector This is the displacement vector, that is r vector. Okay, 0.5 meter, and this delta x, this part, delta x is equal to 1 centimeter. So you prefer to put it in the SI units. So C itself has magnitude 10 to the power minus 2. So I will write 1 cross 10 to the power minus 2 and meter. That signifies you're talking about length. Okay, so if you have to determine the magnetic field at this point P, so magnetic field at point P क्या होना चाहिए? If you have to determine magnetic field in magnitude only at point P, direction की हम बाद में बात कर लेंगे. Magnitude of magnetic small magnetic field at point P. So just this is 1 mu naught 0.4 pi, that is constant. It is equal to 10 to the minus 7, and this is the source that is producing that magnetic field, and this is the sine theta, angle between dl and r, and this is the square of the displacement vector, and from the current element to the field point, right? So this is all already known to us. अब हमने ये देखना है कि हमें पता किस किस चीज़ का है. जिसका नहीं पता है उसको हम ढूंढेंगे, और जिसका पता होगा उसको हम यहाँ फिट कर देंगे. So this is a constant that is equal to 10 to the power minus 7, and it is Tesla meter ampere minus 1. So SI units में हम लिखेंगे, बाद में हम सीधा SI units में हम आंसर लिख देते हैं. So this small dl is also known to you. Okay, this is 10 to the minus 2. Current is also known to you, that is 10 ampere, no problem at all. Theta is also known to you, because see here, the direction of the current, direction of the current element and the field point, both are at an angle of 90 degree, right? So theta is here 90 degree, everything is known to you. Here r is also known to you, the distance is equal to 0.5 meter. This is in SI units. So there is nothing difficult that you have to do over here except calculation. So this is the small electric magnetic field at this point. Fill the values: 10 to the minus 7 cross 10 ampere cross 10 to the minus 2 dl, and the sine theta, sine 90 degrees is equal to 1 divided by square of this 0.5. 0.5 means 5 cross 10 to the minus 1. So here it is 5 cross 10 to the minus 1 square, right? So do it. So it is 10 to the power minus 7 plus 1 minus 2 over square of this is 25 cross 10 to the minus 2. So this is 10 to the power minus 9 plus 1 minus 8, and minus 8. This is the 10 to the power minus 8 plus 2 over 25. So this is equal to 4 cross 10 to the power minus 8 Tesla. You can do it at your own. There is no problem at all in such calculations, trivial calculations. So now this is the magnitude of magnetic field at this point, and now you are asked to find the direction. That is very important. So now as I have mentioned it with you, the direction of magnetic field is always determined by dl cross r, nothing else. You have to see about this part, cross product of the current element and the displacement vector. See carefully in the diagram, go in the diagram. dl is along x-axis. I will write it as this is dl is delta x, and it is along x-axis I cap, and your field point is along y-axis. So I will mark it as by of j cap, right? So what will happen? This answer will be by time delta x, and I cross j is equal to k. So means dl cross r is along k direction. K direction means plus z direction. This is so simple for you to determine. So we can say that this small magnitude of magnetic field is along z direction. This means that DB is along positive Z direction. I hope that you have enjoyed this concept fully well, and if you have any trouble you can write in the comment box. Thank you very much.